Peter, do you know how to swim?
Of course I know how to swim. I learned to swim when I was 7. By 8 years I could dive from the 16-feet diving board. Those of you who have been to Mufura, there is that old Olympic-sized swimming pool. I learned to swim from there when I was about 7 years, like Elia said, and I used to do a lot of diving after that.
What about your DIY? Which one? Here. There's a good question here. This man, he says he can have a gold medal in the Olympics in France.
I can.
We'll soon have the Olympics. He says he's a good diver and he's a good swimmer. So, what do you say about that?
I wouldn't promise so much this time because I haven't done a lot of... I do swim once in a while back home. And yeah, I can swim.
So,
but as for Olympic competition, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, but you know,
yeah, he is a good swimmer. He's been swimming since... How old was he started swimming?
I started from when I was about 7.
Yeah.
And I taught my children to swim. Although, well, they had their swimming classes
at school to
but
trust.
I reinforced it because I used to take them to the local gymnasium, local leisure center where we've got swimming pools, and I've always swum with them, but my wife is the one who decided never to learn how to swim because of her own reasons and the fear of water.
Yeah, it takes a lot to learn how to swim when you are much older. Yeah, I do enjoy quite a lot of water sports, but my only drawback is if you don't know how the basic part of swimming, it can be very daunting to go in these waters. Dangerous as well. So would you say, would you allow this man to swim in cold waters like the Mediterranean Sea behind you?
Yeah, the last time when we came, we swam with the boats, and where we live back in England, we're just near the sea, so we do go to the beach during summertime.
Yeah.
So he swims in the sea.
Okay. So what are the potential dangers that you should look out for in wide waters like this?
Oh, swimming in the local swimming pool and swimming in the sea are two very different things. There's a lot of forces against you when you are swimming in an open sea like this.
Yeah.
Even the best of swimmers can easily get into trouble.
Yeah.
So sometimes the waves can come and winds can change, and you can easily be pulled to somewhere you don't want to be. So even for the best of swimmers, you can't compare the sea and sea swimming and open water swimming like this, going to your local swimming pool and
Yeah, you can't imagine the depth of the sea. That's another thing.
no, you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just apart from the depth, it's the forces that are at play when you are swimming out in the sea like this. There's a lot of waves which can easily sweep you away, and even when you try to swim, you won't be, if you know how to swim, you won't know how to, they can easily overpower you. And you can easily get into trouble. So it's always good to be cautious. Like when I swim in the sea, I don't go like very, very far in the sea. I stay within the limit where I can feel that I can manage myself and I can manage the force of water that comes with that.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't encourage, especially somebody who's learning to swim and you haven't handled water so much and you are not very comfortable in water to start learning swimming from the sea. I'll say you start from your local leisure center, learn out the basics of swimming, get comfortable in water, then from there progress.
So in terms of swimming, you were a fitness man, Roger.
I was a fitness man.
You've done a lot of fitness, bodybuilding, and things like that when you were younger. How would you rate swimming? In terms of exercise, how would you rate it?
Swimming is very good. Swimming, because why I say so is because when you are swimming, you're exercising almost every part of every muscle of the body. Yeah. Yeah. So it covers, there's so much involved with swimming. So what you get from maybe 5 exercises, different exercises in the gym, you could get them just in one swim. Because basically you are using almost every muscle in the body, and it's very, very good. It's a very good way to exercise your body. Apart from just in exercising, it helps you develop your balance, your flexibility, that kind of thing. So with swimming, you actually get more than you actually bargained for. You gain much more than what you bargained for when you go swimming.
And
what you would get if you went to the gym and went to lift weights. If you like lifting weights like I do. Yeah.
What other transferable skills and things that you can transfer to other aspects of life if you learn swimming? Is there anything that is transferable to others?
Well, swimming, like any other exercise, it just rejuvenates you. It gives you muscle power, it gives you body balance, it gives you muscle flexibility, body flexibility and so on. And when these things or these parts of the body are in good shape, then your brain will also be in good shape. So it does help you. It's a good, apart from just being a good, leisure thing that you do, it goes a long way into improving your well-being. Because once all the physical side of you is in perfect order, the mind also follows, and your well-being follows.
So potentially, if somebody who's never been to these environments, they suddenly come to these environments, the three of us, can we look at the potential risks that one would encounter on even just by standing on a beach like this?
Yeah, I don't know whether you've noticed, even where I'm standing, these quite very mild waves I can see. You can see that sometimes they are pulling me quite easily, and I'm losing my balance a bit. I can easily fall actually where I'm standing right here. So for somebody who has got much experience with water, I would advise them to try and keep away as much as possible from water, because you can easily find yourself into trouble. But then again, because at this time of the year, because of the audience and the crowds are not very big, there are no lifesavers around here, and so I wouldn't advise you to start playing with this thing. Try to keep a distance.
What about
unless you've had a bit of training and a bit of preparation? If you came, you had taken some time at your local leisure pools, centers or something like that, that would go a long way in helping you to start with.
And always be with somebody if you want to go to sea.
Exactly. Like I am here.
You're here you can protect her from the waves and the tides of the sea.
If you can't rescue me, at least you can raise alarm.
Alarm, yeah. And it's actually difficult again. You need to know when to come closer to these waters, because like this time around in Spain, you can see there are no lifeguards here. So it will take a lot to get some life-saving people to come over to you. But when it's in around summertime, there's always people around here.
The whole of this beach is covered in people. We have the lifeguards around and everybody. But at the same time, where we are here in Mias or in Fuengirola, where we are being, a beach town or a coastal town, they've made a lot of preparation for it. So there are a lot of, if you look around even here, there are a lot of posts, where there are phone numbers and things like that, of who you can easily contact if there is any problem with the boats. Because I don't know whether if you look further down there, you've got quite a few boats on the waters let alarm. And the town itself, the town councils and everything, they've made quite good preparation for that, because that's something that they will come to your rescue.
Do both of you like seafood?
I love seafood.
Do you like seafood?
I hate seafood.
Yeah, I noticed when we were having a meal of some seafood, the dear wife Rodgers was not really very keen in seafood.
I'm not a fan of seafood.
And when I were eating the paella, I don't know what I put in my mouth, but I could feel my tongue was paining. So the problem is
maybe you are reacting to something.
yeah, when you get a mixture
of fishes,
fish and everything from the sea.
Seafood.
Yeah. Actually, I can identify with that. I remember when I just, I somehow I've fallen in love with some seafood. Not everything. I love, of course, of course, I love my scallops. I love my squid. I love my mussels. I love my lobsters and things like that. But
how do
there
you
are
love,
certain things that
So do you cook them for yourself? Because definitely Phyllis doesn't love these things.
No,
so.
I'm not a very big fan, but whenever I get a chance to have seafood, I do take advantage. Generally, I like food. I like fish.
Yeah.
From home, from childhood.
Yeah,
I always loved fish.
Fish, we all like fish. Except seafood is it's a bit different from just fish. Yeah.
I remember, at one point I lived in South Africa in Johannesburg, and I had a good Costa friend of mine, Gabriel. Gabriel came from the sea, he grew up in the seaside, and every time we went out to eat, he always ate seafood, and I was so opposed to it at the start. But he started enticing me and encouraging me to taste and so on. So in the end, that's how I discovered seafood. Yes, a Costa friend of mine from Johannesburg introduced me to seafood, and I've since fallen in love with a few treats. I remember when I just started eating shrimp. At first, I could get what Mr. Sakala just talked about.
Tingling.
My mouth would get
burnt.
I would get some. Yes, I think I was reacting. I was a bit allergic to it. But over time, as I continued, I have no problem with shrimps. I can have shrimp. I love my mussels. I love my scallops a lot.
Yeah.
And many other seafoods. Yeah.
Okay. No, I greatly thank you both for this wonderful time we're having together here in Costa del Sol in Malaga. We've had such a wonderful time, and we just thank God for His grace that He's offered us this opportunity to be here. And this is beautiful. The sun is just everywhere, and we're enjoying every moment of it.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for listening and for watching this video. Thank you.
Cheers, thanks.